Gentlemen, suck my dick.
It's the SHOGUNCAST, the most dangerous cultural podcast on the internet. With your host, the Bane of the Woke, the Harbinger Heritage, the Mad Shogun, Aaron Alexander. Featuring the man who doesn't need to stay frosty because he's always frosty, Snowman. And the id of the Shogunate and frequent visitor to the principal's office, the Mad Dog Matt Wheaton. Plus a random cast around the internet that could drop in from time to time. And now, from Central Florida, overlooking the shores of the Gulf of America, around the internet and into your devices, let's get ready to rumble! Good evening, dear viewer. It is I, the Bane of the Woke, the Harbinger Heritage, the Mad Shogun, Aaron Alexander, and this is the SHOGUNCAST for April 22nd, 2026. Woo! We got a lot of salt to mine tonight, folks. Plus, I mean, why are they getting all salty because of you want to protect a little girl? Even diving into some anti-natalist crap. Also, the SPLC got busted. And we're gonna tell you how it relates to pop culture at this point. All that, we're gonna be keel hauling some specials where we review Windrose, but let's do this. Hit my sax, please. Alrighty, so as per usual, people, you know what to do if you enjoy what we do here on the SHOGUNCAST and the Shogun's Arcade. Oh, by the way, which will be which will change its name temporarily as of tomorrow. Be sure you like and subscribe to the SHOGUNCAST channel, whether it be on YouTube or on Rumble. We got to get these guys to know us. Hey, listen. People actually want to listen to this shit. We need you to put us in the algorithm. So as usual, like and subscribe. Show the Shogunate some love. And with that said, where are you? And dang it. Where's the final? Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
You know, Aaron, between all the anti-natalists, the people who call us pedophiles for wanting to protect a little girl, and enjoying a damn good game as well, I gotta say this. Projection is one hell of a drug.
Oh, indeed it is. Whew. Yeah, so...
And by the way, hello, guys.
How you doing, Snow?
Pretty good.
All right. So, if you're wondering why I'm pretty much back to my full form, well, as of Monday morning, well, one of my folks hath passed away. So,
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that.
Indeed.
Yeah. So.
You have my empathy.
Oh, indeed. But anyway.
You definitely have my condolences here, dude.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, also, another thing is, a little something, here's a little new, we got a little update for the situation for tomorrow. The Shogun's Table is happening. Because we did get a couple new inductees into the Shogunate. I'm going to pass on the character creation rules on to one of the people that was inducted, and hopefully both of them will be on stream come Thursday. And by the way, we're going to be starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to be starting an hour early. So we'll be ready to go for end of broadcast day. I got pretty much my notes. I pretty much got everything ready. Everything in the first act pretty much set, ready to kick ass. So
Okay, so we're making characters. I thought we are selecting pre-mades.
yeah, well, you could. Well, I told the now if they now I told now I did show some. I was hoping they set up their character before then, but if not, we'll do pre-mades. So
Okay, I just needed to know that because I could just make a character overnight.
yeah, so you could if you want to give them their own pre-made, that's fine. By the way, we are using the new character creation rules. We're not rolling for a damn thing anymore.
That. I do believe you handed me that.
Yes. So one of the inductees know, the other one doesn't. I will be DMing and following the show. So anyway,
Okay.
Snow, do we have a wild card situation this week?
We might have.
What? What did you do, Matthew?
Matt did do, in fact.
Basically tried to steal some coin and piss off a few dwarves.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Yeah. Plus, there was something else interesting going on that Matt had no involvement in, but I feel like sharing nonetheless.
All right, but first, before we do that, though, we got to play the clip.
Yep. No, I'm saying.
The brakes are cut again.
Why are the brakes?
Damn it, Matthew!
Cut the brakes! What? Car, bitches!
It's just fire, bitches!
Guys, I can't stop this fast! Aboard!
Okay, what did he do this time?
So, to bring context into this, he's a brand new person in a brand new city called Port Hunt, filled with basically all sorts of, adventurous people that have a grudge against Albion.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently Albion are the British in this setting, while the people of Ropon are like the colonial Americans. This is basically before the War of 1812.
Oh.
And the adventurous people that are coming from Ropon have settled in the other side of Australia to basically pretend to be pirates, so Ropon is not blamed for their actions, and basically disrupt trade between the Albion colony called New Albion and the Albion Empire itself, so that way if the War of 1812 happens, well, they're not getting support from their new colony in Australia.
Ah.
So, our poverty class person here, Matt, had decided to go into the most famous bars in this brand new town, known as the Clan Boulderhelm Tavern, in the Ale Punch District. The Ale Punch District is so named after a local legend by the name of Colgid Boulderhelm. Became a champion fighter and won so many bouts that they literally named the district after his famous finishing move, the Ale Punch.
Ale Punch, huh?
He died under mysterious circumstances, which some believe his own clan killed him.
Let me guess.
Honestly, nothing is true.
Let me guess. He was told to lay down and he didn't.
That's a good guess, but there's no mafia in this city.
Oh.
The year is 1800.
Oh, 1800.
And it's
okay.
a brand new city. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no mafia activity for another 100 or so years. Okay, makes sense.
So, he also been notified that, this is probably the only dwarven area in the entire city. A city mostly dominated by sea elves, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Which sea elves have a nasty reputation of being pirates. So
that would be
the dwarves have a
hold on,
strict policy.
let me sorry. Let me interrupt for a second. That's actually a good segue for one of our segments later on, by the way. But anyway, continue.
So the dwarves have a strict policy in a book of grudges.
Uh-oh.
So Matt decided to go in to one of the taverns, have a few drinks, gamble, which he actually came out even.
Ooh, let's go gambling!
He got a load of money, aka barter, because we're using barter for this game, because we figured that'd be a useful abstract mechanic where if you run out of ammo, well, you could just spend one of your barter and say you always had ammo with you to reload your gun. So, he won 4 barter. Next round, he lost 4 barter. As I said, he came out even. So, hoping to get even more wealth, because he lost his newfound wealth, he looked for one of the richer people in the tavern and tried to pickpocket. As he believes the dwarves were distracted by some guy who looks like a cactus because he's, a plant race.
You're going to stick out like a sore thumb. You're going to stick out like a sore thumb if that's the case.
Yeah, and another person. So, thinking the dwarves are thoroughly distracted, he goes for the pickpocket.
Look at it this way. I've been playing a bit of thief. Yeah.
Yes, you are. You're role playing a thief. So I can't blame you for role playing as a thief. So he rolled, and the dwarves noticed something's wrong because their vigil was that high. It is literally their home base.
Mm-hmm.
So we had an insight versus agility roll. He rolls agility because he's trying to be sneaky. I roll insight because the dwarves are, ever so watchful of their, patrons.
Uh-oh.
What you rolled?
A 10.
I rolled a 19.
Ouch.
Whoa. That's gotta wait.
So the dwarves immediately grab our poor thief and shuck him out through the door.
Okay, you gotta fucking hit this. All I gotta say to that is, Matthew, you water brush your luck?
Oh my God, Matthew.
You know what? Just play it. I got the whammy.
Well, look at it this way. You probably didn't get arrested for being drunk in public.
No, but he needs to press that whammy.
Yep. All right, you want to be a wild card, Matthew? Well, there are consequences for doing so. One of which includes pressing your luck.
Big bucks and stop. Stop it out.
Remember.
Look at it this way. If you want to win big, you gotta take some risk.
Well,
I took a risk, and I basically got the whammy.
Well,
now, his saving grace, to continue on with the story, is that Porkchop decided to go in the tavern, and basically just, drink. So, the wild elf that Porkchop's playing as noticed this, immediately decides to sacrifice her evening of fun to go forth and help out her buddy. And Matt, what did you do? Because this is multiple choice question. So please play that wonderful billionaire music. Oh wait, you probably don't have that. But
I don't have.
Oh well.
It.
Nope.
Did you just remain calm and just leave the area? B, decided to yell out at the dwarves. C, let the elf pick you up and basically take you an area so you could clean up and all that. Or D, decided to basically insult the dwarves even more and be a complete ass.
I think this isn't. I think that's.
Go with it. D.
Is that your final answer?
Okay, what's the answer, Snow?
He chose D.
Of course.
Oh, God.
Of course, he's a freaking wild card.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
So,
He got threatened to be put on the Book of Grudges. Porkchop saved the day by literally knocking out Matt's character. And basically saying, okay, I'm going to take him away. You can ban him from the tavern. Please don't put him in the Book of the Grudges. And since, Porkchop has actually been reasonable and nice and basically is an elite class, the fucking dwarves are like, okay, for you, Lassie, he will not be put in the Book of Grudges.
Yeah, but you can't. But you're banned from the tavern.
But that is not the
Nice,
most
mate.
interesting thing
Uh-oh.
that happened that night. The most interesting thing that happened that night belonged to another character who I will not name because, well, I don't know if he wants his name in the show or not. I'm being polite towards him or her.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I added Porkchop to this is because I know Porkchop doesn't care if he's in there or out of the show. He's been in the show before.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a brand new person, so going to respect his or her privacy until he or she tells me otherwise. So, the person I'm speaking of is playing a French Grace, which Graces are basically depowered dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So he's playing as an air, dragon. And he is also an elite class. He's basically a French count. Except in this setting, the empire that is Taipei, aka the closest thing to a French,
Uh-huh.
they sort of already had the revolution and became a republic.
Okay, so this is after all the guillotines and all that other shit. Okay.
Yeah, this was the good ending. They didn't end up with a dictatorship or massive chaos. The good guys actually won and brought order.
Well, I don't know about that. You ever heard of the Ring of Terror?
Well, no, I'm talking about this was not the Reign of Terror.
Okay. Anyway, keep going because I want to get onto the stuff here.
So, he decided to have fun in the city. And by fun, I mean going to brothels.
Uh-oh.
So he went to one of the nicer brothels, the brothels that actually help out the missionaries. Because anytime like the missionaries, churches get full of people that are been injured or suffering from illnesses or stuff like that, and they're running out of rooms,
Yeah.
this brothel will open up its doors to allow these patients to go in and get healed up.
Uh-huh.
So it has a good reputation despite being, a brothel. So he's getting there. He thought he was going to get service until he actually met up with one of the ladies. And he figured out some valuable information.
Mm-hmm.
A secret organization that everyone knows as the Dead Nuns is actually working within the city. And it's a secret organization that basically sends out nun assassins to take out, demon cults and demons.
Mm-hmm.
So a secret order of nuns that are demon slayers, basically.
ooh.
And one of their leaders is another Grace that goes by the name of... It's Italian name, so give me a second, guys. Clothy Fabris, aka the mother of the respectful veil of the silent shadows. No, she did not give herself that title that was given to her by the church.
Okay.
Oh.
For 1,000 years of service and basically being a top-notch assassin herself. So, he ended up getting a meeting with her in another part of town, where they discussed the actual arrangements of marriage, because, as it so happens, he's the only male dragon in the entire area. Possibly the continent. So he got bumped up to be the number one bachelor as far as Port Hunt is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And no, she doesn't want to marry him. She's got 2 daughters that would actually like to be married to him. So she's giving him the proposition. But he also has another proposition from 2 business owners and settlement owners of a little Roshi who are also half dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Who are also related to powerful organizations. Though admittedly, this is more secular, not clerical.
Okay.
So things are getting steamy for his end.
Okay.
'Cause they-
Snow, can you do me a favor and speed up a little bit, because we gotta get going here.
basically, he's given options. He's gonna probably have to make a choice next session or maybe the session after.
Oh, so there's a potential scandal.
Yep, potential.
Oh dear
And his
God.
options is either stay out of this whole thing and be single, go with the clergy side and just take in dead nuns, or go with the little Orochi. Go with Orochi side and actually have a family.
Oh boy, why do I get the feeling he's gonna pick the wild card option?
The wild card option is probably either option you go is wild card.
Except for staying out of it.
Staying out of it that is pretty much the wisest move.
Yeah.
Because if he goes with a Roshi option, he will piss off the clergy, but Ropon is already on the shit list with the clergy anyway, so it doesn't really change much. And the benefit with the Roshi route is basically he gets to actually keep his family.
Yeah.
If he goes with the route, things are going to be much smoother society-wise, but it will be the church that raises his kids, not him.
Oh. Well, like I said, but I just have a feeling that next session, Matthew's going to do something that probably will outdo this whole situation.
Yeah, and let's actually. And anyway, Aaron, let's actually cover our idiot of the week, shall we?
Yes, indeed. So anyway, with all that said,
Don't forget to share the screen.
The what? Yeah, all right.
Don't
The
forget
screen.
Well, with that said, let's turn our attention to this week's CLOWNASS of the week.
Enough from the clown.
Okay, let me go ahead and share the screen. Where are you? Now, I just want to remind you all that, the quartering really has committed more bullshit this week, but I don't want to. We've already covered him twice in a week. We did a full fucking stream on him last week, and so I was like, you know what? I think it's best we move on from that idiot until he does something extraordinarily egregious. Horse is dead. So I just want you well, the horse is technically still alive because he's still flagging channels. But what I want to do is we're not going to pay attention to all the other crap and all the other stuff going on in the sector, because even though it's break containment, because it'd be a waste of time at this point.
Yes, I'm just saying the topic is the whole.
But
because apparently I'm just getting sick and tired of listening to the quartering this, quartering that. It's just getting all flogging a dead horse at this point.
Yes, if you really want quartering contact, well, just wait until Friday. Just wait until Friday when the Kino Casino is back. Then you'll get all your quartering stuff from those guys. I'm gonna let them deal with all that crap going forward. Unless old Jared decides to do something extraordinarily egregious.
Anyway, for our CLOWNASS of the week, we actually have one Mary Morgan. And
hold on. I haven't. Yeah. For those of you who don't know who Mary Morgan is, she is closely aligned to Tim Pool. Now, you'd think Mary Morgan would actually be pretty base, because I didn't hear much from her except she looks kind of decent, and she got like platinum blonde hair or something like that. But unfortunately, well, she made a really dumb statement in relation to Pragmata, which we will get to later, because we do have an entire segment on Pragmata and all the crash outs involved in it. But this particular one was just so universally stupid.
Tell me about it. Like, I'm not even a dad myself, and already I want to protect Diana. Because
Okay.
she's just a cub.
I actually have a story to this, but I want you guys to get through the news, so then I can give the story.
All right, so here's what Mary Morgan in posted. This is completely stupid. Says, lots of strange reactions to this game. So let's clear some things up. Childless men who do not have paternal instincts the way that childless women have maternal instincts. We observe this even in the way little girls play versus little boys play. Here's the problem with that Ms. Morgan. You're talking about early life, you moron. We're not talking about. You're talking about kids in their teens, their late childhood in their teens. I mean, it is not comparable to typical man who is in their late 20s to their 40s and onward. Okay? So that's dumb. That's dumb hypothesis number one. Okay?
It gets worse from here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically those paternal instincts are only felt for their own children and no one else's. That's dumb statement.
That's a big fat load of bullshit.
That's dumb statement
Trust me
number
for bullshit. I know that's bullshit.
Yeah, definitely. Where are you?
I'm bullshit.
Yeah, dumb statement number 2, Ms. Morgan. They do have paternal instincts, especially. Why do you think we get all up in arms when we're dealing with freaking pederasts? Okay. If that statement is true,
right.
If that statement is true, then why are we turning? Then why aren't we turning a blind eye when we have a pederast in our midst in the situation? Come on. You gotta be. Your mind can't work like that, there, dear. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's continue on.
Okay, another dumb statement. Men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than that being a product of his own lineage, he is likely a predator. Oh, complete and utter bullshit. What the hell do you think?
Number 2.
I swear to God, this bitch is taking crazy pills.
Listen, buddy. Have you ever seen some men do admire, especially guys who want to be fathers. They don't. I mean, they don't gush. They're not like women. They gush over they could get over dramatic about that, but they're pretty stoic in their admiration. Okay?
Yeah.
And who are you to say that any man who admires children as who's not a father himself is a predator? Seriously, Ms. Morgan, you obviously been cooped up in your house a little too long, have you?
Yeah, with
Or
her
maybe
boxed wine
up
and a
and-
whole legion of bats.
Or maybe she's been cooked up too long in the Tim Pool's outpost.
Yeah, no shit. And by the way, Tim Pool did try to sweep for this idiot, by the way. And now we get this one. And now she's...
Tim.
I swear, Tim's starting to disappoint me. Anyway. And now she of course, tried to head this off, says, and you'd be taking the feminist, radical gender abolitionist position to protest any of the above points. This explains why a dad simulator game marketed to mostly childless men to give people the creeps. Oh, fuck you, Ms. Morgan.
Now, I do have a story.
You know what?
Okay.
Go for it, Snow.
Okay, this is a story that personally happened to me. This was during the time when my mother was alive. God bless her soul.
Mm-hmm.
But she wanted to go to the mall. She wanted to go to a jewelry store. I gotta let her go with her. So we entered the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the mall is pretty much dying out, as in there's a bunch of empty stores everywhere. And the only signs of actual life is this little section of the mall where the jewelry store is at, a playground area, and some other stores. Because the stores that are actually making money are all outside of the mall, shockingly enough.
Mm-hmm.
As people don't want to, bother making the extra steps going into the mall to basically see what stores are inside. But point is, in this playground area, I noticed there was a little girl just sitting alone.
Okay.
And I immediately got like, why is she alone? Where are her parents? Where are the adults? So, my mom went to the jewelry store to do her business. I was left alone to basically just, stand around, keep myself preoccupied, do whatever.
Okay.
But I wasn't making a move. Because I'm looking at that girl, I'm like, oh dear God, if this girl gets snatched up, no, fuck that. So I've been watching this girl like a hawk.
Okay.
Now, after a while, my mom comes out of the jewelry store, and she's like, hey, what's going on? So I explained the situation with my mom, and she's like, oh, stay here. So my mother turns around, goes back at the jewelry store, probably to talk to someone, and comes back out, and it's like, okay, I just told the security guard that you were keeping an eye on his daughter because you were thought, something bad could have happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
So he and my mom were having a good chuckle because it was like, oh, well, here's this fat guy just standing outside looking at the playground, making sure none of the kids are, being creeped on by stalkers or whatever fucking weirdos we have today.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me this is not parental instinct right there? Keep an eye on the kids so they don't get... Is that not parental instinct?
It's textbook.
Well, that definitely is parental instinct.
Yeah, we call that.
I don't know what else. I don't even know what else to call it.
We call it the Papa Wolf trope. Even though that wasn't your kids, you're decent enough to make sure, especially inside a semi-dead mall, which sometimes some of these sick freaks would probably go in there thinking no one will notice them.
yeah.
But
But-
yeah, I'm like, I saw this girl. She was alone. I'm like, what do? I better keep an eye on her.
Yeah. So that pretty much disproves that bullshit right there, Ms. Morgan. But here's the kicker. It got community noted. Oh,
Lovely, lovely Schadenfreude.
but of course, Mary Morgan had to fucking double down her bullshit.
Well,
Like-
yeah, she has to have the final word now, doesn't she?
Yeah. To those denying biology here, oh fuck, oh
Bullshit.
That's complete bullshit.
Bullshit!
What you're doing is the exact opposite. Would you hire male?
That's not denial. That's not even close to denial of biology. That's just Papa Wolf behavior. Sheesh.
Yes. Would you hire a male babysitter? Would you meet your kid's kindergarten teacher? It's a dude. How do you feel about that? Well, I'll say this a lot better than some woman with a bunch of freaking woke flags and woke flags and rainbow flags and shit.
Oh God!
Or
yes,
God help you,
yeah.
a tranny.
Oh God.
And also I will also say there needs to be more male teachers. You know, I think part of the reason we got a lot of problems is because most teenagers are female. So and think about this, they probably teach them that teach them that girls are perfect in every way, and pretty much, and most of them say, and boys cannot relate to most of them. You know what I mean? Especially now.
Oh, there's especially some teachers that are so fucked up that they're literally making the white boys bow to the black girls because the black girls.
What?
Yeah, it's because the white boys have, as I quote from the teacher, so much privilege over the black girls that they need to be treated like queens.
Listen, Ms. Morgan.
Did we call bullshit on this one? Because
We already did. Because let me tell. Because this little follow tree try to get the last word there, Ms. Morgan. To quote Stefan Molyneux, that's not an argument. So here's the.
as if there was ever an argument to be made. Period.
So let's read the community note here. Men experience baby fever and paternal instincts before fatherhood with hormonal changes, such as oxytocin release, supporting nurturing and protective behaviors towards non-biological children, as seen in all alloparenting and adoption. And there's 3 links that link to that. So you're
Not to mention there was a subplot with the main character Hugh, which I won't go into, that involves adoption.
Yeah. So yeah, especially also doesn't Skyrim have an adoption have a thing where you can adopt a kid?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so with that said, Ms. Morgan, here's where your argument's gonna go.
Just go.
Not cleaning that up.
Not it.
Yeah, I ain't cleaning that shit up.
Hey, I gave the story. I am automatically free from the toilet duties.
That's okay because she gets to clean up this this mess. That
Yeah,
opinion
okay,
is
fair
shit.
enough.
So guess what? You're flushing it and you're scrubbing the damn toilet. So you should be ashamed.
Amen to that.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Ms. Morgan. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anyway, we haven't had a positive story here we haven't had a completely positive story here on the SHOGUNCAST in a while. So let's change that. Now, 2026 so far has been a pretty decent year for gaming. So we're in the first 4 months, and we've gotten some bangers. No thanks to the AAA Slopfest.
Like Legend of Heroes. Yeah, like Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon, Pragmata, obviously, Resident Evil Requiem, yeah, hit or miss, but at least to me, because if you ask me, Resident Evil ended with 5, because how you gonna top Wesker as the main villain, huh?
Yeah, good point.
Well, they used his clone for this one.
Well, Requiem, I'm going to wait for a price drop. And don't forget Crimson Desert, which I didn't wait for a price drop on because I figured, wait a minute, if there's so much to do, then you know what? Let us drop $70. Prilibus deserves it.
Yeah, it's certain. Yeah, Crimson Desert's already better than Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
So like
already, by a country mile even.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot more bangers coming out this year if all goes well. So even if Rockstar gets their shit together and does release GTA 6 in November, their competition is going to be stiff.
I would like to ask Matt and you, Aaron, but especially towards Matt. Why is it better than Legend of Zelda, Winds of the Wild, and the other game? Is it because instead of relying on gimmicks, Crimson Desert actually relies on solid gameplay?
I think you just answered your own question there, Snow.
I know it was rhetorical, but I'd just like to hear a yes.
Well, I haven't played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I've never owned a Switch.
The Switch
I don't think you're missing much.
bad.
I honestly don't think you're missing much there, Aaron.
Here's the thing with the Switch, okay? It's not a bad system, but I just never got around to it.
I will tell you this. The Switch 1 is actually a pretty good system for what games you can actually play, so long as you're going with indie games and mainline Nintendo games, like how I'm doing. The problem is...
Hold on, let's Snow finish. Continue, Snow.
The problem is, you can't say the same thing for the Switch 2 because they literally turned that into a fucking brick so much if you even buy a used game.
Yeah, they've decided to go full on shitification with the Switch 2, especially now that they changed leadership. Ugh.
Yeah, I am not buying Switch 2. Fuck that shit. I am done with Nintendo.
Yeah, this is why
I'm hoping Monolith Soft actually gets the memo and jumps shit from Nintendo, because good lord, I do not want to see them go belly up like Nintendo.
Well, it's Nintendo. Well, let's be honest here. Out of the three big ones, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo's actually faring the best right now. They're pretty much the best of the trash.
Yeah, but that's like saying at least we don't have explosive diarrhea with either their Xbox or PlayStation.
I mean,
yeah, I was just to say for how long there, Matt. I mean, how long there, Aaron?
Nintendo,
because right now,
Nintendo, once their sales starts dwindling, Nintendo will realize what's going on. They'll course. I think out of the three, Nintendo's the most likely to course correct. The other two, probably not.
I hope you're right, Aaron. For all our sakes, I hope you're right.
Yeah, but with that said, there's another few games that have come out that are doing pretty well with gamers. This being an early beta of a pirate game. You guys remember Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, one of the most underrated entries of the series?
Yeah,
I do.
You know something? I've actually heard how fun the ship combat was in Black Flag.
It was very fun, dude. It was basically a pirate simulator. They just slapped the Assassin's Creed branding on top of it, which they really didn't need.
Good to know. I'm downloading it afterwards.
Shame to know that the other pirate game that they made later on was a complete other fucking trash.
Oh, you're talking about what is it? Sea of Ghosts, which is called, right? The so-called which was called the first ever quadruple A game.
Oh. Seriously, what is it with all these A's?
Yeah, maybe they should take all these A's and blow it out their A. Anyway. But luckily, but it turns out Sea of Thieves, as expensive as it is, well, let's just say someone decided to take a company try to take another approach to this, and even though this is an early access, and I just bought the game today. Let's just say I think they're succeeding where that overpriced quadruple A pile of garbage is failing. Let's take a look. This is their trailer from about a month ago.
Well, Aaron, before you play, the mere fact that you actually can leave your ship to explore the islands is already a massive improvement over the Ubisoft trash.
Yes, and by the way, this isn't the full game hasn't been released yet. This is just early access beta. So, if there's and I haven't played the game yet, but I've been hearing it's got a lot more content than Sea of Thieves. So anyway,
hopefully a single player campaign too.
Well, there is a single player campaign. It's PvE. Because Windrose, it was originally supposed to be an MMO, but it was like Crimson Desert, but they realized that market was starting to go belly up, so they converted to a single player. So Windrose shares similar.
I hope they learn from Conan Exiles and make sure if you're having single player, it doesn't require the damn internet.
Yes.
Unlike Conan Exiles.
Oh yeah, but anyway.
Young thoughtless men, and take by me, and never leave your happy homes to sail the raging sea. For I have plowed the raging main this 20 years or more, but now I'm turned adrift to starve upon my native shore. By raging storms and tempests, shipwrecked 3 times I've been, and many a bloody battle upon the seas I've seen. I've seen the cannons glaring flash, I've heard its thunderous roar. Though now I'm turned adrift to starve upon my native shore. Should hostile fleets e'er venture upon the raging main, through hearts of hope we British tars will push the sea again. And pity them the strangers, a luckless British tar. In your defense he may have hurled the thunderbolts of war. All hands! Come, let's untie the systems, and heaven will bless your storm. For now I'm turned adrift to starve upon my native shore.
Yes.
Yeah, now something that just about makes me want to break out the Running Wild playlist.
Oh yes. So the playable demo is available for about $30. It's like I said, but the content in there, let's just put it this way, you're gonna swear it's a full release because Sea of Thieves have nothing on this fucking game. And I think this is the perfect.
Matt, this is what Belknap Core is going to be once you get everything set up. Just so you know.
In other words, I really need to start investing in a cutlass and a flintlock.
Yeah. I'm also gonna recommend this game to Justine Hart because she's into pirates and what have you. It's freaking amazing. Anyway, but let's check out the charts for Windrose so far. Take a look.
Yowza!
Damn.
Oh, those are good.
These are pretty good numbers, and this is a freaking demo. All right? They've hit their all-time peak of 200,000. 200,022. What am I saying? 222,000.
It looks stable.
And yeah, this looks pretty stable. So, and their 24-hour peak was around 159,000. So, this has got some staying power. Just remember, this is a demo. Once they get the full release ready, I think those numbers are going to go up. Unlike Marislop, which, by the way, it dropped under 20,000.
By the way, how is Marathon doing these days? Oops.
I just love Smash JT freaking felting Marislop up whenever he could. Every stream. That's freaking hilarious.
Even better, Eric, you should actually talk about Fleekazoid.
Oh yeah, Fleekazoid, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta watch one later.
Well, anyway, that's where Windrose is, and hopefully, I hope for their continued success. And like I said, this might be the first. This is the successor to Assassin's Creed 4 we've all been waiting for a while now. So, speaking of, while on the subject of Bungie, well, maybe after this one. Well, in a sort of unrelated situation. Well, I'm just gonna play this for you. Let us listen to Cash Patel.
What we're here today is to announce what the general just told you. The Southern Poverty Law Center, in a massive, sweeping indictment, has been charged with allegations of fraud and using the banking system to perpetrate that fraud. I just want to talk about a couple brief things here. The Southern Poverty Law Center themselves advertise to raise money to dismantle violent extremist groups for a period of at least a decade. They use their donor network to raise money to purportedly dismantle violent extremist groups. However, the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, used the money they raised from their donor network to actually pay the leadership of these very groups. I just want...
Let's stop right here. I wonder... Now I think we know who's been paying off Patriot Front.
Yeah, we know why during the Biden years, the number one hated group, the most dangerous group, were the white supremacists. Yeah, because you were paying them. You fucking assholes. You are paying them.
Well, if the demand...
Yeah, that's why we call them fetties.
Yeah. If the demand isn't matching the supply, manipulate the supply. And also, there's more news to this. Hopefully, if they don't talk about it by the end, I will. So let's keep going.
I want to say that again. They used the fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans, to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of these supposed violent extremist groups. The groups, as the general laid out, include the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite to Right.
Whoop! Let's go back. I mean, we already know about the Klan, and it turns out the Klan's nothing more than a LARP nowadays, but I want you to listen carefully to one of the groups one more time.
The Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, Unite to Right.
Of America, Unite to Right.
Yeah, Unite the Right. What were they responsible for? Oh yeah, that's right. The Charlottesville situation.
Yeah, and they tried to drag the Proud Boys into that one, and the Proud Boys resisted. And
the
Proud Boys can sniff that was a glowy operation, and it was a glowy operation.
Yeah, there was a bunch of glow bug ops and stuff. The whole thing with the guy that ran over some porker. I mean, I think he got falsely. It sounds like he's got a case. He's got a case to get out of prison now. But now it turns that whole Charlottesville situation. This is what galvanized the woke movement. It galvanized Joe Biden, that freaking dementia riddled vegetable. Everything the wokies got a lot of oxygen for, or originated out of Charlottesville. Okay? So let's go back a little bit here. I think the reason for this whole Charlottesville thing was simple. They've realized there were several uprisings against left-wing affiliated groups, most notably in Berkeley. You remember that shit, right? You remember how glorious that shit was, right? So you had a bunch of right-leaning groups, especially like the Proud Boys, finally taking the fight to these Antifa activists, right? They're clashing. So the SPLC was pretty much in a bind. So what do they do?
Hey, wait a minute. Wasn't one of the chapter leaders of the Proud Boys? Wasn't he like black and Latino?
Yes, Enrique Terrio, who got 20 years for just being in a freaking just being in a DC airport, which was quite a ways away from the Capitol. And I also like to mention Nick Fuentes was at the fucking Capitol. Yeah, he didn't go into the building, but it's oddly enough nothing happened to him, did it? Did he? Huh?
No, it's probably because he was paid to be there.
Didn't
get my hint.
Yeah. That's why I've always been saying that Fuentes, that freaking cat boy wannabe, is nothing more than a glow up. It's especially with the whole Progcaster, bro. It smells like a glow up. And now you have the SPLC. I mean, sure, there's no links to these podcast bros. Except for Alex Jones, I would say it feels like a glow up. And the SPLC, I think, is the first step to this thing. The whole thing with like I said, it's starting to sound like every little outrage op that's been happening since 2017 is due to the SPLC, and now and it's like, wow. They basically, so like I said, they knew they were losing the narrative, so they just fabricated a bunch of stitch, which means every one of their little narratives since 2017, especially the Very Fine People hoax was all bullshit.
I don't think they're. Hold on, next now.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me just actually finish my thought here. I was just gonna say, I don't think they're actually leering their lesson there, Aaron.
They never leer.
I don't think they ever will. Mr. A.
So like I said, so it turns out everything we've been suspecting that a lot of this shit's just a bunch of Asian provocateur bullshit. Well, now there's starting to be some truth to that matter. It's all gay ops. Gay ops galore.
Other words, Aaron.
Go ahead.
We actually did defeat racism until these motherfuckers came in and created more racism.
Mm-hmm. Phony racism, I should say. All right, let's
who's that one actor in Chicago that tried to trick people into saying, "Oh yeah, some MAGA people were trying to hang me"? Who was
Juicy Smollett?
Juicy Smollett.
Yep.
I forgot his name, but yeah, this sounds like that all over again, but
on a grander scale.
Yeah, greater scale, but with actual organization.
Yeah. Anyway, let's let Cash Patel finish up here.
National Alliance, the National Socialist Movement, the Aryan Nation Motorcycle Club, and the National Socialist Party of America, and also the American Front.
Sounds to me all these groups, all these groups, that's something a LARPer would come up with. Don't you think?
Yeah, I just got one question.
Yeah.
What are these groups going to do with all their liberal money being gone?
Well, I think the feds will probably might actually arrest some of these guys, and what's going to happen is, why do I get the feeling those guys are going to start singing? I'm sure a lot of these motherfuckers, when the FBI come to visit them, they'll probably end up turning states.
Exactly, because apparently, you know, the old saying, snitches get stitches. That's all I gotta say about that. Snitches get stitches.
Well,
Except that, you know, the people who could give you stitches are in much bigger fucking water. So when you do snitch, they can't really do shit to you because now they're in bigger trouble.
Yeah. But then again, be careful. But then again, look what happened to Seth Rich. Anyway, let's continue.
I didn't say it was a perfect situation.
But anyway, let's continue.
In at least one of these matters, our investigation revealed that funds were used to facilitate the commission of further state and federal offenses, totaling over $3 million. Furthermore, our investigation revealed that the Southern Poverty Law Center, on top of perpetuating this widespread, decade-long, multi-million-dollar fraud, conducted more criminal activity. They attempted to hide their criminal activity from our financial banking network. They set up shell companies and entities around America so that the financial institutions that we rely on as everyday Americans were deceived in believing that money was not coming from the Southern Poverty Law Center in the perpetration of this scheme and fraud, but rather fictitious entities they stood up to perpetuate this ongoing fraud. This is a serious and egregious violation of a group that purported to dismantle violent extremist groups, but in turn actually only fueled the hatred. This is an important case brought by President Trump's administration. We're thankful to the president for his leadership and funding of not just the FBI and DOJ, but his commitment to go out there and wipe out fraud and conspiracy and waste and abuse wherever it occurs, including the Southern Poverty Law Center. Even though this money was made to appear to be coming from legitimate people and legitimate entities, we at the FBI, with our great partners at the Department of Justice and in the state of Alabama, were able to comb through a decade worth of material, a scheme that took a decade to build, so that we were able to follow the money, because money never lies, and they got caught. As the Attorney General said, these charges are varying, they are widespread and wide-ranging, and this investigation is very much ongoing. Today we're here to announce the charges of the Southern Poverty Law Center, and this investigation and the individuals who are responsible will be brought to justice. Thank you.
Well, you know what's funny about all this? We're seeing a lot of these cases pop up ever since Pam Bondi was fired.
You know, I was about to say that, Aaron.
Even though I don't trust Todd Blanche, I find it funny now all these cases are coming out now that Bondi's gone.
Are you saying that she may be actually defending some people who should have been locked up?
I think so.
Kind of a thinker.
So, and keep in mind, the Southern Poverty Law Center has been one of the leftoids' go-to organizations to label people terrorists or something like that, or other epithets. And among those include Turning Point.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I wonder if the Southern Poverty Law Center might have something to do with Charlie Kirk's murder as well.
Now, let's not go that far, but
I mean,
Aaron, if that is true, what do you think will happen next?
The thing is, I would think at least this theory is a little bit more plausible than fucking Israel. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think Israel wanted to kill Turning Point. That's completely fucking retarded, and I'm retarded.
Yeah.
This is literally a retard calling something retarded.
Yes.
You know what that means? It's fuck-tarded.
It's double-tarded. Anyway, so I know what you're thinking, Aaron. You don't cover this type of news normally on the program. Why are you doing so now? Well, for starters, it's gay ops. It shows it reveals more leftoid gay ops, especially in the culture sphere. Of course,
tell me about it.
Now the funny thing is, I'm surprised Brittany Venti hasn't elaborated about this since she was in Charlottesville. But don't worry, she I don't think she's a globe. As much as I don't like her, I don't think she's a globot.
I do have a question. How many good, actual good businesses and organizations got destroyed by the Southern Poverty Law Center?
Who knows? But there is a reason
Gotta
why.
be a lot.
Yeah, but there is a reason why this relates to gaming. Oh, Bungie!
Bungie!
It seems right now Mara
What
flaps the
happened,
least of
man?
your worries. Yeah, Mara flaps the least of your worries because of this situation. And it's not.
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, Bungie, you used to be a leader in the gaming industry. You used to create worlds. You used to create actual marathon. You used to give us Odie. You made Halo the household name that it is before 343 Industries decided to shit all over it.
Yeah, you know
And
what?
now-
Maybe it's a good thing 343 got a hold of this, because take a look at this.
I don't know. I mean, 343 still shitting in bed with Halo, but still.
Yeah, but they didn't get involved in the Southern Poverty Law Center, okay?
The biggest game company supporting that hack of a group. It's not. Oh, they just donate a couple million. No, they were one of the biggest donors. Okay.
Yeah, and basically they just decided to freaking stab the gamers in the back by just doing this shit.
Uh-huh. And now, this is stuff we already know. But Bungie turns out to be the loudest vocal supporter of the Southern Project, raising hundreds of thousands, if not millions. So, there was direct financial grants to the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know that player event, that annual BLM Be Heard event? To sell pins? Guess where all that money went to?
The SPLC?
Yep. Charity events, streams, they raised it through the Bungie Foundation. Money went to the Southern Poverty Law Center, and then we have Game to Give campaigns. That, of course, the proceeds went to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Oh.
Hey, I got a question for you. Aaron.
Hmm?
So, my question is, does this actually link up a Ponzi scheme to you?
Starting to sound that way.
Because I'm actually putting a bunch of pieces together and actually say that this could be a possible Ponzi scheme as a whole.
Yes. And even worse, you want to know what who was one of the big support, who was one of the big contributors of pre-Elon Twitter?
Parag Agarwal?
Well, it turns out all their trust and safety teams, a lot of their trust and safety teams were all had something to do with the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Well, they had to, otherwise the Southern Poverty Law Center would call racist, all that. Like the fucking mafia.
So
you have a nice organization there. Shame if we give it a bad reputation.
Yeah, and this organization, a lot of the people that got deplatformed and even worse, debanked, a lot of the ones who were directing traffic was the fucking Southern Poverty Law Center. So Bungie. So Bungie, you got some splaining to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. You are a game company. You were supposed to be a game company first, not some political activist gobbledygook.
Yeah. I mean, Mariflop right now is the least of your worries. And now you got to deal with this shit. I wonder if some people within the staff of Bungie might have committed some crimes because of this. If I were you, Bungie, you better sniff out these employees immediately and fire them.
Otherwise you're pretty much going to have some lawyer, and it's not going to be Saul Goodman either.
Yeah, it'll be a matter of time before Cash Patel will start sniffing around Bungie. That's if they don't disavow.
Nice fun.
But of course, we get a couple of people. Don Delarose.
You must apologize again.
Yep, Chungus, and of course he's trying to sweep up for Bungie. Yeah, I don't understand.
God damn it, Chungus.
Never trust the Chungus people. Yeah,
I didn't point out the Chungus. I point out the John Delarose.
Yeah, because and he's right. Bungie needs to apologize, which they probably won't do.
Bungie needs to do more than apologize. They need to bow their heads and scrape, dude.
Yeah, look at Yeah, Chungus saying Bungie are victims in all of this, like anyone else who gave to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Sorry, Chungus, you're full of shit on this one, buddy.
Bullshit!
At best scenario, that's an X to doubt. But yeah, I do agree with you with the B for bullshit.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm only saying X to doubt because we don't know how much involved Bungie really was. We just know what's on the surface. So this may be like the iceberg.
It may be that they at best they could say, "Oh, we didn't know they did this," but considering that they've been partners with them for quite a few years, I'm sure they got a whiff of what they are doing. So I am not. If Bungie tries to play dumb in this, I am not going to buy it.
I'm just saying press X to doubt just to be safe, but I'm with you. I'm pretty sure this is B for bullshit.
Yeah, my point stands. I think it's bullshit. Yeah, there's a chance if it turns out they're playing dumb in there and they actually don't know. Okay, I'll make a retraction. But until then, I smell bullshit. So.
Yeah, I smell it coming too, and to me, it kind of comes off as like them, putting the freaking gamers under the bus for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
And to me, that actually feels like busting a deal, so they got to face the wheel.
Well, I wouldn't say there was any deals made, but I will say this. Okay, let's see here. Where are you?
You know, I have the clip with where Obi-Wan basically chopped off the legs of Anakin Skywalker, and Anakin Skywalker just got burnt by lava and just crawled out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the high ground.
No, not the high ground, but you were supposed to be the chosen one.
Yeah. You know what? Screw it. They're going to Brazil.
You're going to Brazil!
Yep.
No, exactly what I've been trying to say to Bungie all these years. They were the chosen one. It was said that they would bring gamers into a promised land, not bring them into it, and just not bring them back to Egypt. Bring balance to the force, not leave it in shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
Oh, wait a minute. Razorfist just did a rant on just released a rant about the.
So I've noticed, and I'm watching later.
Yeah, we're gonna watch. Yeah, we're not gonna watch along with this on the stream, even though we do respect the fist, but I think we're gonna be moving on. But we will be. There will be some more information as it develops with this one. So, on to the big one of the night.
Oh, great! It's Stacy the bitch Henley.
Okay,
drink,
guys.
Oh yeah.
Go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, fucking drink. All right. Yeah, fucking drink that freaking bitch again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down and get something to drink because good grief, gonna need it.
Okay.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, everybody decided to take a break. Well, so while everyone's going there and getting their beverage of choice, I'm just gonna go ahead and set up the scene for all of you here. So, Pragmata is another game been released by Capcom, which has a lot of elements. A lot of those elements has a lot of space elements, like say for instance Dead Space. There's some points of Stellar Blade involved, although I doubt there's any Stellar Blade style gameplay in this one. But the themes, on the other hand, are pretty much the same. Also, kind of reminds me of some of the movies that were released, like say for instance Interstellar. All right. Now, one of the big mechanics of this here is you play. I think you play as some space explorer, but then you run into a little cyborg child, but that. Well, I'm not going to pronounce. Her actual name is a bunch of hexo alphanumerical code, which I can't fucking pronounce. I don't know off the top of my head, but
nobody can, Aaron. That's why henceforth the name Diana.
Yes.
Exactly, and also Diana's actually an android.
Much different from a cyborg. Cyborgs are actually humans who basically got machine parts.
Okay,
androids, well, they're basically just gynoids.
Okay, so it does have but all this has, as we mentioned before when we covered Mary Morgan, this game has a good positive message of fatherhood, in a way. Some people call it Dad Space or Father Simulator or what have you, but it was those themes that set the usual tard cakes off. First among them is the Lamer. Oh god, where's my liquor?
Where's my liquor?
Got mine.
So, this is their headline. Gaming cannot allow Pragmata's Diana fan club to flourish.
Too late!
Sorry, it's already happening, you dumbass.
And, Aaron, this is why you do not hate journalists enough. Or, in this case, journalists. People like, Stacy here.
Yeah,
you can never, ever hate journalists enough, and I'm pretty much hating myself for not hating journalists enough.
Especially especially childless little inheritance.
Especially that smug bitch.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, you can tell she doesn't have children. She's got the stupid problem glasses. All she's missing is a goddamn nose ring.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, she's actually kind of got like Anita Sarkeesian vibes about her.
Yeah, she does. She looks like a fucking. She reminds me of a school librarian that gets bitchy whenever someone pops gum in the library. But anyway.
Oh yeah. We all know how lovely those types of people are.
Yeah.
Nah.
Stacy, darling, what the fuck are you doing in our industry? Can't you just work for the Southern Property Law Center like every other self-righteous leftoid? Dumbass. Anyway. So Grum's covered this, and it said it does talk about the ongoing attacks on Pragmata and Crimson and other games that are basically beating out the slop that AAA's provided, like Windrose or Crimson Desert. And it's gotten to the point where it's getting into pathological here. They hate everything that gamers, especially male gamers, father gamers, and family gamers love. Their instinct is to tear down society, to destroy the male archetype, to destroy family units and replace with narcissistic hollow tripe that satisfies no one, creates depressed cat wine ants by the millions, and denies us anything close to a fun game. So basically, what they did to the black community in the 70s. All right?
Yeah.
That's a deep dive. They literally can't see a child in the game without instantly thinking pedophile, which says more about them than people playing the game. It's just how they can't see an orc game without thinking it's black coded. But here in the Shogunate, we see for what it is. It's projection.
And it's actually a hell of a drug there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, like if they were projecting any harder, they need an IMAX for this one.
Oh yeah. So their guilt and self-hatred is immense. They have daddy issues, taught to hate men all their lives, and of course, this is the result you see: complete indoctrination combined with weak minds that have never been able to think critically unless told what critical is. So,
and they want to accuse me of media literacy.
Yeah.
Fuck your media literacy. Your media literacy is basically just Gramscian astroturf.
Yeah. This is the deal. How about I give you a little bit of yeah. You want to talk about media literacy? Here. I'll just dip two of my fingers into habanero green chili sauce and just stick it in your eyes.
Oh God, that's gotta hurt.
And you know I like my green hot sauce.
Excuse me.
Well, yeah, because you're basically a Latino.
I'm not Latin, dude.
Well, anyway. Case in point, you just got a thing for the hot spices.
Yeah, the reason I have tolerance for that is because I'm a native of Chicago. We love our spicy shit. We eat buffalo wing. We eat spicy bratwurst and buffalo wings by the metric ton.
Oh, save some of those buffalo wings for me there.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm actually a sucker for those.
Well, anyway, it also goes on. They're coping and seething so much that if you say anything nice about Pragmata, you're banned from Reddit.
I'm
Reddit,
back, guys.
not even fucking once. That's all I gotta say. Short, sweet, and to the fucking point.
Yeah.
I'm back, guys.
All right. So.
Welcome back.
So I think this is the PlayStation subreddit. Someone said something nice about it, and now, of course, it got banned. Sorry, this post has been moved by the moderators of our PlayStation. Yeah, basically a typical day on Reddit.
Exactly, because apparently freaking Reddit is actually being run by freaking actual criminals.
Yeah, of course. So, with all this projection of pedophilia and everything, especially all of other stuff, they think they can Uno reverse card their way out. I mean, it's like, have you noticed a lot of their strategy with most issues? They take the Pee Wee Herman approach, saying, I know what you are, but what am I?
Well, that's because they're a bunch of fucking pedos. They like to project their shit onto others.
Yeah, you call him a pedo, says that I know that you are, but what am I? That's pretty much pretty much the attack vector now. Whataboutism, projection, and it's like, hell, everything's them. I mean, we've seen what the whole Southern Poverty Law Center situation is all about. It is projection on steroids. It's a weird combination of projection and gay ops.
It's not projection when you're the one actually making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's odd.
Yeah, and gay ops. But anyway. So yeah. So leftoids are freaking out over this theme. It's as if they're starting to lean into their masks are starting to peel off, and they're not only revealed to be complete commies, but also anti-natalist.
Ugh, anti-natalist. They pissed me off to fucking heaven.
I don't even know what that term even means.
Anti-natalist means that you're against procreation. You're basically against procreation. You're against people starting families, and basically it's like the extreme version of W.C. Fields.
Okay, so anti-natalist is like you're anti-families, anti-children. Well, natalist is you're pro-families, you're pro-children. Am I getting this right?
Yes. Another example.
Exactly.
Another example of somewhat of anti-natalism sort of being disguised as environmentalism is Extinction Rebellion. That shit's anti-natal.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate those guys.
That's anti-natalism into a T.
Yeah, and if I ever find the right woman, I'll see if I could actually be able to actually, have a child with her. Just to actually freaking spite these little bastards.
Yeah. So like I said, so to promote their bullshit anti-natalism, they try to accuse anybody who likes the themes of fatherhood as a pedo. Yeah. Well done, you dumbasses.
Oh no, you like to protect the children.
Yeah.
That's normal. You want to protect the children.
Yeah, that's normal. That's how you keep.
And
Hold on, guys. Call.
Oh
and those are the same dipshits that keep crying, "Would someone please think of the children?"
Yeah, especially with all these these age verification laws, which, considering all this bullshit they're talking about, believe me, it's anything. They're not trying to protect no children. They're trying to put you in a fucking database. It's all part of the Soros plan. Agenda 2030. Anybody?
It's not just the Soros plan, but I also have to blame it on Keir Sutler.
Yeah, that too. And on all these people that are anti.
Don't forget Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, but one things I really gotta nail people to the floor is the anti-porn folks. You're being hoodwinked there, buddy. Why are you? Yeah, sure. It's like, oh, we don't want people going into porn sites. We don't want kids going into porn sites. Fair enough, but here's the problem. Why get hoodwinked into a little scheme where it doesn't probably won't do that, and just put you on put your name on a fucking database.
Didn't over a million people? Sorry to interrupt, but didn't over a billion people in France get all their data breach?
Yup. And
among those data is like a bunch of children's data. Mm-hmm. So now the children's data have been breached. So now they're in danger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pretty much opened the fucking floodgates to a bunch of fucking pederasts. Anyway. But getting back on point here.
Yeah, well, someone please think of the children my ass, dude.
Yeah, they just want to put you on a database so they can fuck with you a lot easier. But anyway.
Or, traffic your children easier. Mm-hmm. Or both.
Could be all of the above. Endymion put a nice little contrast on the situation with Pragmata and Silent Hill F. You remember that? Yeah. Silent Hill. Yes, the F stands for feminazi. And Deviant says, it's very interesting to seeing how the internet is reacting to Pragmata and its pro-child message. Although same people never said anything negative about Silent Hill F because it pushes the idea that women shouldn't have children instead. Take a wild guess which game was attacked by activist types.
Pragmata.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna go with the game on the left side of things.
Yeah, it got attacked for being. Yeah, so basically, it's a whole study. Its mother is more pro-natalist, and we should all strive to have children, or the whole girl boss lie, saying that children are a burden.
Yeah, not to mention Silent Hill F isn't even that good of a Silent Hill game, let alone a good game, period.
In my opinion, it wasn't even a Silent Hill game, in my opinion, all right? Because, number one, it didn't take place in Silent Hill, okay? B...
Silent Hill is a clearly defined setting, man.
Guys, let me have a word.
Go ahead.
I literally said when we were talking about the Silent Hill F, the game, a while ago in another SHOGUNCAST show, that this is a grand betrayal of everything that is Silent Hill, because this is not Silent Hill at all, because A, it represents a political organization that was going on in the 1960s Japan. This was not a personal story of an actual woman in Japan. This was a movement.
Yes.
Not a personal story.
And let me remind you of this said movement. Didn't it have any ties to certain communists within Japan, which got derailed when a random 17-year-old just decided to put a freaking tanto, try to stick its leader with a freaking tanto?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That man was also a national hero to Japan.
Yeah,
God bless him.
Yeah, that dude was a Toya Yamaguchi, a freaking national hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Silent Hills.
Look, the Captain Planet meme.
Oh, here we go. This I wanted to show this one off. Eastern Studio, white people,
good ways,
healthy father-daughter relationship, competent male lead, having AI be good in certain ways. With your powers combined.
Eastern Studio.
Yeah.
Don't forget Eastern Studio.
Yes, I mentioned that. And check this out. It says, with your powers combined,
you are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
I never get tired of that song.
Look at all the new males, soylents, and freaking nose ring ink blue, red, multicolored haired scum seethe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to make a show of my own because the secretary getting cut off.
All right, but anyway. So anyway, you were about to say something, Snow.
Yeah. Anyways, I am going to point out that all the Silent Hill games prior to this one had dealt with personal stories of the person who's being tormented by the town of Silent Hill. Even though a few of those stories no longer even fucking take place in Silent Hill, which is kind of bullshit. But at least prior to F, they dealt with the personal struggles, traumas, and difficulties the person had in life. The only one that sort of broke from that was the very first game. Even then, it dealt with a personal story of a father dealing with his own daughter's fears, traumas, and torments. And he was facing all these horrible monsters, all these horrors, so he could find his daughter and save her. Excuse me, as I basically sit back and look at the grand betrayal that is Silent Hill F.
Yeah. And which is funny enough because the first Silent Hill isn't really so different from Pragmata after all, if you think, with thematically.
Yeah.
No, you're
exactly.
literally playing as a father going through a nightmare town to basically try to find your daughter and keep her safe.
Yeah. So you finally you're starting to finally get to the heart of what set off these losers. But oh wait a minute, Smug just DM'd me saying if you,
what's that? You know, what set these losers off, if you want my opinion? They hate dad.
They hate
They
dad.
hate the father figure.
Mm-hmm. Because dad is usually the ones that keep their kids from falling into believing bullshit that will lead them down a really dumb path. It doesn't always work, but better than a dad try to do his best than no dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think the children of single moms tend to have difficulties falling into that trap? I mean, there has been cases where they're the exception, and yours truly being included, that have managed to figure out the bullshit at no problem, mostly due to personal experiences, but still, it's always the father's role is to pretty much try to set them on a right path in life, and make sure they're not getting bowled over by a lot of manipulative forces that would bend them to their will. You know, see, this is why you see all these nose ring, these septum ring inheritance all fall for the same bullshit, mostly because most, if not all of them, have daddy issues.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And this is why I've actually decided to rekindle my relationship with my biological.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically why I cherish my relationships with my folks anytime I can.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, when my dad died, I was basically just silent and just in silent sadness, really.
Yeah, I was the same way with my father.
I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't cry. I was just in silent despair.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's move up. Let's keep going here. And now we're starting to get to the meat of this shit. Take a look. Take a look at this quote tweet. 52% of women aged 20 to 39 in the USA are now child-free. And yeah.
That's supposed to be a good thing?
No, it's a very bad thing.
Get me with a spoon, lady.
Okay, stop. If you want, Raging Gold Eagle said it best. There is a way you can have it all, but you're doing it in the wrong order, which is you're not supposed to immediately jump into the workplace. What you are supposed to do as a woman is get married, have a bunch of kids. Once the kids are old enough to take care of themselves, then you can jump in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
You know something? That actually does work. I mean, my mom actually got to teaching well in my teen years.
Yeah. And War put it best. That's why they hate Pragmata. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying what these feminists are doing is teaching the women how to have it all in the wrong order, which is eventually you have nothing, because let's be real, your job is a piece of shit, and your boss is more than happy to fire you. It's nothing to be proud of.
Yeah, it's better to have kids first. Yeah, it's better to have kids first, because at least you'll have a family and have a little support system. So at least you have a bit of a cushion. But if you decide to go the Sex of the City route, the only thing that awaits you, especially when you're past the fucking wall and you got no eggs, is depression and resentment
and cats.
Exactly. So, but anyway, Noir put it best.
Not forget about the cats.
Yeah, definitely don't forget about the cats. But anyway, they put it to you this way. To say that's why they hate Pragmata. The people that hate games like Pragmata uses insults and excuses, but deep down the real reason is they hate seeing men happy and want to destroy families. Okay, so...
But remember, Aaron, misery doth love company.
Yeah.
And they love company very much.
Yes, and like I said, they've really leaned into the antinatalism aspect of their argument. That's just sickening. And oh, look at this. I know this guy probably might be joking.
He better be joking. Good Lord.
I hope that's a troll. Because if not, you need to spend the rest of your life wearing a football helmet because you're a freaking retard.
Yep.
Either that or go to Brazil.
Hold on. There's 2 replies. Click on that. If you click on...
that sounds like...
he's not thinking. He's serious.
What, you just looked at his stuff?
Look at his connection. Yeah, look at his connections.
Clara and Silver Spoon Games?
The picture with the lady?
Yeah,
Clara is a troll.
Yeah, that's a troll.
She's a troll. This dude is trolling for the sake of trolling.
Yeah. But
anyway.
Okay,
you
so
know what?
Don't we respect. He's just fucking around in there.
So
yeah, don't block him. He's just fucking around in the internet.
I had a feeling he was. But anyway, I'm looking at a lot of the replies here. I'm looking at the replies here, and it's just a bunch of dumbass fucking soylent little bitches and antinatalist fuckwats trying to dunk on me.
What the fuck is this?
Dude,
I hate seeing men happy because men are not supposed to be happy. They are supposed to be horny. Fuck you.
That sounds like a troll too, but still. All they're talking about,
it does get parody accounts, so.
And of course, they go back to their tried and true insult, incel. You know, how is having children in incel behavior? Oh my God,
exactly.
Mr. Montoya, can you explain to them that they don't know what the meaning of incel is?
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I do know what is incel behavior, guys.
Yeah, incels is a guy who's trying to get a woman but can't get a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see also cuck.
This guy is literally saying, hey, the reason you hate this game is because you hate having families.
Yeah. All the insults, again, it's going, they're using the Pee Wee Herman tactic again. I know that you haven't with me.
Oh my God.
Also, hold on there, Matt. I want to actually add something here. And also, women nowadays just want the sixes, 6 foot, 6 figure, 6-pack abs.
Hypergamy's a bitch, especially when it comes to online dating. Men,
damn right.
Men, listen. I want you to take this from me. Get off those fucking dating apps. All right? You need to, if you want to
get off those dating apps.
If you want to meet women, you need to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay? Don't go on fucking Tinder. Don't go on fucking Hinge.
Either meet them in a bar or meet them in a bar or a sports bar or pub, whatever.
Yeah, or anything. You might have like a meet cute or something like that at a store. I don't know. Just stay the fuck away from these apps. It's gonna drain your soul.
Yeah.
And plus, the women on those apps they're not looking for you. They're looking for the guy with the 6 figures, 6 feet, and 6 inches.
They're the dregs.
Which they'll never have. They'll never have. Because you want to know why? That guy has all the options in the fucking world.
There ain't, he ain't gonna get married your way.
Skanky asses.
Yeah, he ain't, and besides, the 666 guy, he ain't gonna marry your ass. He probably's gonna find like a very hot suit, someone like Isabella DeLuca, and have kids with her.
Actually, Aaron, most of the rich, wealthy guys tend to have very ugly wives because they're looking for traits that are not beauty related but loyalty based.
That's true. Didn't work too well with Bill Gates though.
Well, Bill Gates was his own thing.
But
Bill Gates was savage there, Aaron.
But in the case, well, okay, yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Bill Gates was his own wrecking ball, and he wrecked his own building. Let's just be honest and say that.
Yeah. Anyway, so, but in Pierce Brosnan's case, I think he hit the jackpot. Everyone says, "Oh, he married his beautiful wife and she became a porker." That doesn't look like she didn't become 300 to 400 fucking pounds, dude. Yeah, she got a little chunky, but shit, a little.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you get old, man.
Yeah. So what? She's a little chunky. Okay. Better.
Not everyone has. Not everyone has super genes. It's like, let's say Sofia Vergara.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wish I had super genes.
No. Now
go ahead, Aaron.
All right. Now to prove all these antinatalist losers wrong, we have a video clip from Smash JT when he was talking about.
What do you know? Smash JT is roasting Hassan. By the way, Hassan, how the hell is how's hell during this time of year? Considering how you basically tried to make Tomino your communist Astro.
What the fuck is right there in the corner of Hassan's screen?
Oh no! You better not be shocking your dog again, you fucking bastard.
This dude wants you to watch his dog get zapped, motherfucker! You sick asshole.
Well,
I want. Yep, urge to do really, 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 really rotten shit to Hassan Rising.
Well, luckily, luckily the video has a happy ending. Check it out.
Like that's precise.
Hold on, I gotta make sure my sound's correct because I really want everyone here on the stream to hear this.
I see what your life is about, but as far
Okay.
as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot.
All right, let me start over. Our sound's good. Okay.
Like that's precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand. It just.
Yeah, what do you know, you fucking commie bitch? You don't. You're a hypergamous little clown ass. You got all these.
Play the video without interrupting, please.
Yeah, I'm just. It's just this guy just pisses me off, especially with all this. Well, his talking. So, what do you know about fatherhood, you fucking pinko? Anyway.
Yeah, not to mention, yes, I still haven't forgiven you for turning the tomato into your.
Oh, anyway.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
Because.
Speak of
What?
the angel. How are you doing? Can I have a big hug?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mwah. How you doing?
Good.
What's up? Oh, hold on. I need to full screen this. Hold on. Man, this is good timing. We were just talking about you. Well, not really, but.
Okay, so I made
They can't see
flower.
you. Oh my goodness, that's
You know?
Smash's
you
daughter
know,
is so adorable.
She is.
You know?
And look at his one. He has a picture of his dog too.
Yeah. Except he
I
doesn't
don't have
shock
to worry
him.
about any shock collars on that animal.
Yeah.
That dog is
Yeah,
in good place.
Yeah, but this is just
You know something that actually warmed my utterly pitch black heart.
yeah. We go from a hateful little bitch like Hassan Piker, then we get this. You know, let's go back one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, his daughter just saved Smash from hell of dealing with fucking Hassan.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't make any sense to me.
God bless that daughter.
Because
God bless that little girl.
Speak of the angel. How are you doing? Can I have a big hug?
Yeah.
Oh, she is
How you
such a
doing?
sweetheart.
What's
You know
up? Oh,
something?
hold on. I need to full screen this. Hold on. Man, this is good timing. We were just talking about you. Well, not really, but
Okay, so I made
they can't see
flower.
you. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I love that. I can have this?
Yeah. And you know fortune
Oh,
teller?
it says, this is just like the game. Look, she made me. It says to Dad from Andrea. I did not tell you to do this. You just did this on your own.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dad,
Oh my God.
you know fortune tellers like origami I used to make?
Uh-huh.
Look it, I made this humongous.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, one sec. Wait,
Oh, I know
That's
I know these
amazing.
things.
Does it go with like a rhyme
Oh, yeah.
or a poem when you do the 1, 2, 3,
You
4?
gotta like pick one and then
Okay.
like
That
usually they have like colors and numbers and then you go, okay, what number? And then like
By the way, I know of this. We used to do this stuff as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
It's the fortune teller origami. You pick one. You pick one right here. Yeah, you pick.
I've been to public schools before, Aaron. I know what this is as well.
Yeah. So, for those of you not in the know, what happens sometimes you pick a color, or like for instance red, and then you go RED, right? And then you pick a number like about a few times and whatever, and after the third pick, you get the fortune teller. Now, back in the day, we used to put like silly ass messages as a result of your fortune teller. Like for instance, you will marry a dog.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm not even gonna mention it. I'm not gonna go wild card on that one, and because this is just too awesome.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, right now we're dealing with something wholesome. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, but it was just, but it was sort of this was what Smash had over here.
Be right back.
Anyway, what Smash has here is sort of a bigger version of this, because usually it's like pretty, it's like pocket size. It fits the palm of your hand, but this is a pretty big one. Take a look.
and then you go, okay, what number? And then like
2.
you go, and then
Okay.
1, 2. And then you pick another one, and then that's your fortune when you unfold it. Wait, here it tells you your fortune, but I have no fortunes.
Not yet. You have to add
Not
those.
yet.
That's amazing. I love this so much. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Love you.
Love you too. Thank you so much.
That is so beautiful.
Can I put it
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good Lord, this is warming my utterly pitch black and evil heart. I think I'm melting, guys.
Right here?
Goodbye, cruel world.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't want to hide that one. We'll put it here.
It's already hidden because
Exactly. So yeah,
Yeah.
money.
you need more of this. You need more
Too much money.
of, like, you know, more like, you know, father figures that, you know,
Right.
do fun stuff with his kids.
Exactly. I love you. Thank you so much again. That was so sweet.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, that's so cute.
Have a good night. That was not planned. That
I believe you.
Life
I
is
believe
funny,
you,
isn't it?
Smash.
like holy shit.
You know, Smash is a very fortunate gentleman. Because he also has a son as well. And so basically he's basically got your standard family. He got a couple kids, he's got a dog, he's got a very beautiful wife. And it's like he was covering the whole Hassan. You contrast that with Hassan. I mean, like I said, Smashette's presence pretty much temporarily gave Smash a reprieve from the hells that is Hassan Piker and his anti-natalist commie brigade. So yeah. Everyone's still around?
Now, right now, I'm still melted.
Well, so yeah. You see, that's the whole. This is what you just saw here is what all these assholes like Hassan Piker and all these all these anti-natals, all those women that think, we're free from bondage, we could be a girl boss and everything like that. This is the crap they're missing out on. At the end of the day, they just want to drag us into their own personal hell where they think they can rule over us. And luckily, we're all starting to finally make that conclusion, and now people just don't want any part of it anymore. They don't.
In other words, we're rejecting the technolized future. If anyone's seen that anime.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, let's finish up here.
The timing of that was definitely something. Wow. Anyways, back to this asshole that wants to tell you not to have that in your life. Let's listen to this definitely super happy guy that's not lonely and miserable. Let's listen to what he has to say about.
Oh yeah, I love
that
bit of sarcasm
for the rest of your life.
Got there.
Yeah.
Smash, you won the game of life, unlike yours truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am still a sad fucking loser, but at least I'm dealing with it.
Well, anyway, like I said, at least for you and as by extension most of us, it ain't fait accompli. I'd like to think that we all still have a chance. But as for old Smash here, well, you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to give you a cheers, but we are going to give you a crown. So long may you reign.
Long may he reign!
Long may he reign!
How many crowns does this guy have anyhow?
Well, a lot. But anyway.
I know, I was just asking a rhetorical question.
Yeah. Now, to close out this whole thing, in the wake of all this that's happened and the backlash that Hassan rightfully received once again, Hirohei...
He had a melty, didn't he?
He crashed out yet again and started lashing out, using the usual terms that he and his disgusting ilk like to use.
The other day we talked about Hassan's take regarding Pragmata, Capcom's new game, and how he's offended by the game and he's so mad at gamers. And it's like, what else is new? People like this guy, they're always looking for something to be offended about. Well, spoiler alert, Hassan is offended once again because now he's mad at people that were criticizing his take.
Brother told gamers that a bunch of them are virgins who hate women, but the idea of having families, the chuds are upset.
So in other words, he's gone back to the usual straw man bullshit. The usual Pee Wee Herman tactics, the usual projection, you know.
Yeah, same old bullshit. Bloody fucking blah.
I have a feeling that Hassan looked at Smash's stream dealing with this situation, and he crashed out hard. What?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the matter? None of your little simp pets want to have kids with you?
Yeah. You don't even have anything worth. Genetically, you look like a cockroach, dude.
Yeah, all that money. You're a fucking nepo baby, getting famous off of your uncle being Shank Uger, the fucking bacon grease eating buffalo. And then you have all these freaking simpets, cosplayers sipping all over you. At least the ones that got left after some of them found out that you abuse animals. Like for instance, you remember that picture that he took with Kaho Shibuya, right?
So I dare I even ask there, Aaron?
Well, he was in.
I never watched a Hassan Piker stream whatsoever.
Me neither,
so
but he did. But I think this moron decided to dress up like a fucking maid, being a fucking little bitch.
That! Oh,
yeah, that.
God. I just blocked that out of my fucking mind. God,
yeah, and Kaho Shibuya was at that cafe and took a picture with him, and this is what I heard. All of a sudden, when she found out that she shocked his dog, she wasn't too happy about that. You know what? Let me look.
Hey, I wouldn't blame her.
You know what? Let's see if there was anything that came.
I'm still fucking salty that this human cockroach tried to make the Tamino into his commie AstroTurf.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
No, I'm not stopping.
I'm trying to find out if Kaho Shibuya did say anything about Hassan Piker, because I know for a fact she loves dogs. Because I know for a fact she loves dogs, and she wasn't too happy. She wasn't too happy that he was abusing her dog. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Yeah, I know. Well, I haven't seen anything about that, but like I said, I'm sure she. But like I said, when we did cover that back in a previous SHOGUNCAST, I would say that I would give Kaho Shibuya a benefit of the doubt, because she doesn't know much about that bastard. So, considering the fact that
well, hopefully she knows enough now to stay as far away from that human cockroach as humanly possible, unless she likes the taste of. You know what I'm.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I'm not gonna play the entire video here, because I'm really getting tired of talking about fucking Hassan Piker, or for a fucking stream. But let's take a look.
Oh, that's why they're mad.
Yeah, that's why they're mad.
Oh, I was wondering where the new wave of fucking losers was coming from.
Projection much?
It's because I recently said, you know, you're never gonna get put. So why are you worried about?
Bro, you are the exact loser that nobody wants to date.
Yeah, really. They're just those simpets are just clinging onto you for clout, you dumb clown.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, they just want your money too, because they're just gold diggers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even look like an Adonis. At best, you look like a buff cockroach from Terraformars.
If it weren't for my weight, I'd be a lot more attractive than that loser. But then again, I think even with me being a fat ass, I feel a bit more attractive than this clown. Because never in my life. Because never in my
Dude,
life.
I know in my worst days, I look better than this cockroach any day.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
You know, whether or not women's biological clock is ticking.
That's the truth there, buddy.
Yeah, that is truth. It always ticks until they hit the wall. Then it's too
Yep.
late.
Exactly.
You either hit the wall, you got
Yeah.
no eggs, you're fucked. But anyway, I'm done talking about fucking Hassan Piker, but I just wanted to let you know that he fucking crashed out when he found out that his little antinatalist beliefs got freaking exposed.
Also, that poor copper, he's being held captive by Hassan.
Hashtag free
Somebody's
Kaya.
free- Yeah, free Kaya too.
Hashtag free
Matter
Kaya.
of fact, steal all this shit off the shelf and leave him nothing.
Exactly. Anyway, so with that said, we're gonna close it out with our favorite segment if we do each week.
Yeah.
It is time once again for the continuing adventures of Florida Man.
Florida Man!
No one told you that was gonna be this way.
Go for that liquor after having to deal with fucking Hassan.
Oh yeah.
No recollection of that happening at all.
Well, this store sells some good liquor.
Oh, it sure does. We got our seed potatoes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Good question.
That's what I was thinking. Let's feed Hassan to the scaly boy. And then again, I don't know, man.
I make sure the scaly boy has frickin' lasers attached to his head because I believe every good creature deserves a nice warm meal.
You know what? On second thought, I don't want the poor guy to get food poisoning. Hey!
What the frick?
Yeah, let's
man.
play that game.
Get lasers.
Okay. So anyway.
They have so many.
Are we done here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So anyway, tonight's going to be a special Florida Man here. This is we're not looking at any modern follies that someone committed, like starting brawls in Publix or thinking that advanced seahorses want them to build a freaking stadium under the ocean, or freaking car thieves who are high on bath salts who somehow thought they got teleported into a stolo. Nah, we're gonna go to a classic Florida Man. All right, and this classic Florida Man happened, well, as obviously enough because we're coming up on the 40th anniversary of the incident. This happened on April 27th, 1986.
Ooh.
You know, I'd be about 3 years old by then.
Well, we're gonna play the video, and we're gonna show you what happened. Check this out. If the thing loads.
So notice the title in the video is like, not the actual title, but the description is like the Falcon and the Snowman.
Wait for it. All I gotta say for you is wait for it.
Cheerleaders?
Yeah, this is the Falcon and the Snowman. This movie that came out around that time, but I don't know much about that movie. Oh, pardon the VCR quality here. we caught up on it? You know what? Fuck it. Let's fast forward. Hold on, give me a second here. Come on, you. All right. Let's fast forward. Get onto because it's a bunch of boring shit here. But anyway. What happened to the movie?
We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Yeah, technical indeed. Look at this. Good evening, HBO.
HBO from night. $12.95 a month. No way.
Showtime's movie channel, beware. Yes, 40 years ago, almost to the day, this happened on HBO. This is the Captain Midnight signal hijack, in which their broadcast is interrupted by this with all the color bars with all the text. Now keep in mind, $12.95 a month. That's equivalent to around in modern dollars, probably around $35. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, that's pretty expensive.
Yeah, shit.
Ooh,
that's probably yeah. I bet you Netflix charges more than that in the next couple years. But anyway.
Oh, don't even start.
Yeah, don't get me started on fucking Netflix. But anyway, so that's basically what happened. This was on there for about 30 and right around this point, the HBO feed was fighting with the hijacker, trying to boost their signal to overcome this. And as you can see, they failed. And it stayed on there for about 2 to 3 minutes before they gave HBO back their feed. So I know what you're asking, people. What does this have to do with Florida Man? Well, I'm gonna let Ben Manat explain the situation. And if you don't know who Ben Manat is, he is the guy who runs the Oddity Archive channel, which I've been a long-time follower of. So let's have him explain the situation. Benny boy, take it away.
At just after 12:30 a.m. on Sunday, April 27th, 1986, understandably frustrated satellite dish salesman / store owner John McDougal was alone working at his second job as an operations engineer at Central Florida Teleport, providing uplinking services to broadcast satellites, particularly to the then soon-to-be defunct pay-per-view service People's Choice. After he'd helmed his final broadcast for the night, he sent his satellite dish back to its resting place, which just so happened to be the proper aim for the East Coast feed of HBO. John had an idea. He was upset that HBO had started scrambling their services earlier that year. Sound familiar?
It may seem like you need 7 different descrambler boxes to get 7 different channels. Well, American Ecstasy realizes that the home dish industry is accepting a stand.
Okay, for those of you who are confused about this, back in the day, we're talking like the 1980s. There's a series of pay-per-view services that you needed for cable and premium channels. And back then it was such a wild west of premium channels that every service you need a descrambler box for. You know that cable box you saw when you were a kid? That cable box. Yep. That cable box acted as a way to descramble those channels. So if you're wondering, now of course there are ways around it. We called it hotboxing, right? It was very popular in the 80s and 90s, which is why some people managed to get their managed to watch WrestleMania and other wrestling pay-per-views for free back in the day.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called hotboxing. I had a landlord that we were back in the late 90s, and they sometimes invite me up there to watch wrestling pay-per-views. So they were wrestling fans. They were cool,
man. I wish I'd lived through those times where I actually get to watch pay-per-view for free.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But anyway, so if you're wondering what all this confusion is, every service had a fucking scrambler box. So yeah. 80s technology, people. Very cumbersome.
Standard. The Video Cipher 2 Descrambler.
Because potential Dish owners now had to buy a special Descrambler box and pay a hefty subscription fee for HBO, his sales had died a sudden and nasty death.
Oof.
As I said, earlier in the year HBO had started scrambling their feed, becoming the first cable network to do so, charging customers an additional $12.95 per month. Let me put this in perspective. $12.95 in 1986, accounting for inflation, amounts to just over $27 in 2012 dollars.
Keep in mind, this was 14 years ago. Now it's well over 30. Now it's well around 35. That's nasty.
Damn.
And 14 years there, because we're talking like about $15 difference between about close to 20, about a good part of let's see here, 26 years. And you had half of that at going from 20, for making another $12 jump. God, the auto pen fucked us raw, dog.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, let's continue.
Yeah, thank you, Biden.
There was only one HBO channel at the time, as opposed to the 8 or 9 HBOs today, all in one package, no less. Also, factor in that a Descrambler box was going to cost at least a couple of $100, and that the cost of a satellite dish was, at the time, around $1,000.
$1,000 in 1987 dollars. That's a lot of dip.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So what does this guy do?
Well, we'll see in a moment.
Yeah, it was a bad time to be in the satellite business. Getting back on topic here, John was upset. In a split-second decision of anger, he pulled up the color bars and a character generator and started typing. By his own account, he was trying to sound fairly polite, so he opened with a simple good evening. Then, in an odd turn of bravado, continued, "From Captain Midnight." Well, it was in the midnight hour locally, so I guess that works. $12.95 a month? No way! Showtime and Movie Channel, beware. That last part, according to Captain Midnight anyway, wasn't meant as a threat, but as a warning that consumers might not take kindly to HBO's decision, and that Showtime and the Movie Channel should be worried about their own subscription numbers if HBO's new policy didn't catch on. With that, the newly dubbed Captain Midnight cranked the satellite...
Am I thinking something rather prophetic about this?
You could say so. Well, let's finish up here. Then we'll discuss.
...its power and sent out his message at a higher wattage than HBO, cutting off their broadcast of The Falcon and the Snowman. No big loss. HBO's engineers retaliated by upping their power. Captain Midnight did the same, and so on and so on. This little power war lasted for about a minute and a half before HBO's engineers, fearing damage to their satellites, gave up and returned to their regular power levels, allowing Captain Midnight to broadcast his simple, cryptic message for as long as he desired. After 4.5 minutes, Captain Midnight powered down his satellite, and the movie resumed. Now, this wasn't actually the first time that Captain Midnight struck. A week earlier, perhaps out of anger or curiosity or both, the Captain had overridden HBO's signal for a couple of seconds with just plain old color bars. HBO had dismissed it as a relatively common glitch, and since it occurred late at night with few viewers tuned in, HBO didn't bother to investigate the matter. By his own admission, the Captain was a person who would let his curiosity get the better of him. This led him to discussing the hijacking with coworkers and acquaintances, pretending to simply be curious about what had happened, not to mention that it had happened during his shift.
Ooh, bad idea there, buddy.
Yeah.
Even if you were trying to feign ignorance, you should have just stayed far away from that.
Yeah.
Or at least just...
Don't get yourself involved with the rumor mill.
No, don't ever do that.
I did say don't get yourself involved in the rumor mill. Do not get yourself...
Yeah, it never ends well. But anyway.
Way to get people suspicious, Cap. It took 3 months and several false leads, but the feds ultimately caught up with Captain Midnight and felt confident enough to subpoena him. By this point, he'd already lost his engineering job and was losing money on his...
Yeah, I like that. I like that slide that Benny put up.
Already lost his...
While you were in, you were fired. That sucks.
Engineering job and was losing money on his satellite business. He'd been feeling quite guilty about what he'd done, and despite some initial hesitation, was ready to pay the price and rebuild his life. The Captain opted to plead guilty, saving himself a lengthy, not to mention risky, trial, as well as massively reducing his chances of jail time. On August 26, 1986, just shy of 4 months after the hijacking, Captain Midnight was found guilty of illegal satellite operation, only a misdemeanor at the time, and was sentenced to 1 year of probation and had to pay a $5,000 fine.
Yeah, those kind of crimes weren't common back then, but later on they became like extreme felonies, especially after an incident happened a year later with the Max Headroom incident. So.
Oh yeah, how can we possibly forget Max Headroom?
Yeah. So anyway, let's
get... Yeah, but I can't really blame... Okay. I can't really blame the guy in this situation.
I don't either.
I feel like any of us would have done the same thing.
Yeah. But the thing was, he had the means to do it. He had like a dish system where he's like, wait, he just put in a resting place and say, wait a minute, and it interfered with HBO's feed, huh? And then he realizes that HBO's doing all that garbage with the which was the same thing that many modern companies are doing now, getting greedy for their own good and try to overcharge people. And I think the big problem was a lot of these people that they were scrambling for was the ones who had those C-band satellite dishes, like the ones the ones that cost like $1,000, right? Now, back then, if you had a C-band back in the 80s, you were a fucking king, because you could pick up any fucking channel you wish. That's like, you don't have to worry about signing up for freaking cable or anything like that, as far as I know. But a C-band a $1,000 plus C-band satellite, oof, you're in heaven there. And considering this is 1980s television, whoo boy, you have that. You are in deep. Yeah, you have that. You have yourself a VCR. You have a shit ton of tapes. I hope to God there's someone alive that did this when they were a kid, and they have a huge collection of freaking VHS tapes on a wall, or they might have converted it to like DVD or digital. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He's like, I got it. He's like, I got every episode of Silver Spoons ever made. Probably got every episode of Silver Spoons.
You fucking chat.
You got every episode of Punky Brewster. You got every episode of The Cosby Show. You got every episode of Cheers.
Every episode of Robotech.
I don't know. Or you got every episode of God, what's that other show? Of Family Matters. Man. Hell, maybe you got a few wrestling shows. Maybe you got a decent collection of wrestling shows from back in the day. But,
yeah.
But anyway, there's a happy ending to this little story here,
which was partially paid off by supporters of the captain's cause. This story has an even happier ending. The satellite industry rebounded after another year or two, and the advent of the mini dish in the mid-90s has long since proven to be a regular rival to cable. Today, the captain still runs his store in Ocala, Florida, and we'll be right back.
So, yeah, this was in 2012, so who knows what he's doing. And Ocala, that's like 90 miles north of Shogun Southern Command. So that's a little bit of a unique Florida man story for you. A man who just realized
it's actually pretty wholesome.
Yeah, a man who was getting dicked over by the freaking greed of cable companies, and decides to lash out in his own unique way. If that's not a Florida man story, I don't know what is.
You know what? I'd like a Florida man story.
All right, hold on. We'll start with you, Snow.
I'd like to see a follow-up on this. You said this was like, what, 90 miles north of you?
90, yeah, Ocala, that's 90 miles north, yep. And no, I'm not going to drive out.
Making a road trip if you can.
I just said
dang
that.
It.
I'm not. No, I am not going to be driving up there looking for Captain Midnight. Forget it.
Well, not midnight. But point is, that would have been cool if you could. So we have a follow-up.
Well, so is there anything else?
Because he did lay in that question, like, that was back at 2012. I wonder what he's doing now.
Well, yeah, if he's alive and well, if he's alive and well, I hope he's doing fantastic. All right, 343. What's your response to this?
Well, all I gotta say to that is, this actually is really something just to behold, and I actually really enjoy stories like this.
Yeah, I figured this would be a bit of a unique twist for Florida man this week, and it's funny. I just picked it out at random, and I didn't know we're coming up on the 40th anniversary of this situation. Matthew, what you got to say about this?
Hearing about this is weirdly prophetic considering this was back in 1986, and he pretty much saw the writing on the wall.
He predicted how some of these modern companies would just do anything they can, break every law, break every privacy law, break every freaking free speech law, just so they can gouge more out of their consumers. And yeah, chief among those being Netflix. And what do they spend their extra money on? Do they make their programming better? Of course not. You know what they do is they give their extra money to activist groups, like the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Don't even get me started on what they're gonna do in the Gundam live-action movie starring Sydney Sweeney. God damn, I am sick of hearing about this.
Oh God. Yeah, take my advice. Don't see that. You're gonna have your heart broken.
Yeah, I don't care.
Believe me, no, I'd rather watch G Savior than the Netflix Gundam movie.
Listen,
that's how bad it's probably gonna be.
Yeah,
Well,
Sydney.
knowing Netflix, they're gonna make the entire cast black.
Well, except for Sydney Sweeney.
It's starring Sydney Sweeney, but yeah, I totally. They'd probably make her into a girl boss and the lead Gundam pilot into a soy boy. So, yeah, I am definitely.
Listen.
That's
I like.
basically why I'm saying.
I heard they kicked her out.
Listen.
I heard earlier today they kicked her out.
They did?
What?
Well, I guess their shit's gonna fly.
I don't have proof.
And
I heard.
And
I don't have proof.
Well, here's the deal.
You know?
So this could be rumor, but
still, Sydney Sweeney or not, I wouldn't watch that tripe.
And just like that, G Savior is vindicated once again.
All right. 1 second, I'll be back.
Seriously.
Well, like I said before, let me talk.
Go ahead.
But like I said, I heard, I don't have proof or evidence to support what I heard, but I heard she got kicked out of a movie or a show.
I'm hoping that's just a rumor, dude. Because, good lord.
All right, I'm back.
But either way, I am not watching the Netflix Gundam movie. I'm much better off watching G Savior.
Well, anyway, Captain Miklo paid me a visit, so that was I'll be talking to him after I wrap it up. Which
So to clarify, Aaron, I heard that Sydney Sweeney was kicked out of a movie or show. I don't know if it's this show or some other show.
Well,
and I don't have any evidence. This is all rumor I heard.
Well, anyway, but like I said, whether Sydney Sweeney is in it or not, I wouldn't watch that show. So,
like I said, G Savior vindicated.
Well, anyway, so with that said, gentlemen, I think that'll do it for tonight's SHOGUNCAST. So, I bid you all good night. All right.
See you around, Aaron.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right, so it's just me right now, and I will tell you what's going to be happening tomorrow night. Tomorrow night it'll be the inaugural edition of the Shogun's Table, and we're gonna be starting up with a starting off end of broadcast day. I hope you'll enjoy this. I'm gonna try to get a lot of this thing set up. I got most of the first act. I got most of the first act already planned in my head, so I think I know exactly what I'm doing. But until we get onto that thing tomorrow night, and by the way, it will be starting at 6. We're going an hour early. So, with that said, God bless you. Take care of yourself. And it's a nasty world we're living out here, especially nowadays, so please be careful out there. And just remember, this little hobby of ours, we built it. It's ours. It's not for the tourists, activists, corpos, or Epstein types to take. So gatekeep your tables and gatekeep your hobbies. And for those assholes, old hacks who got kicked out of the gaming industry and now working at Mickey D's, putting fries in the bag, you better not be spitting on my fries. So, good night, everybody. We'll see you back tomorrow night.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.